Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome to my cooking live demo. I'm really excited for tonight because we're making a Pampered Chef classic and then something new from Pampered Chef. I believe this is one of the very first recipes Pampered Chef ever came out with over 40 years ago. It's our taco ring. If you've been to a party, you've probably had this. Although I've never made this at a party, which is kind of funny. I make some other things, but this is really a great recipe for a weeknight. It's something different, but something familiar at the same time, which I think is really great when you can take familiar flavors and put a spin on them so that your family feels like it's something new and exciting, but they're not scared to try it. We're also doing a chocolate banana bread using a bread packet that is coming out in March, which I'm really excited about, and we'll talk about that here actually first. I do want you to know that in February, our bread mixes are buy 3, get 1 free. Now this one's not included, but we have a lot of really good ones. But I'm testing this out for my family. I thought you guys might want to see how it turns out also. There's my oven. So Pampered Chef has really great mixes. Every time they come out with them, they're very impressive. They're a lot healthier than the ones that are going to be on the store. We use really high quality ingredients. We're really mindful of the nutrition that we use, even on things that are like a treat. Like this is definitely more up the treat alley, but really still kind of leaning more towards healthy in my opinion. So we're going to make this just like the box says, and you're supposed to do this in a loaf pan. You can be present. Mason's getting into cooking, so he's watching. But we're going to do it, he's right there. So we're going to make this in the brownie pan. And I wanted you to know that in March, the brownie pan is getting a little bit of an upgrade. So if you're familiar with the old brownie pan, which so many people love, it's in a black, it's a black metal. This one is in our new stainless steel, which has been really popular, and it has the teal bottom. So all of our baking pans are getting this upgrade. I love it because it just makes them so pretty and fun to look at, and it's really high quality. It does have a non-stick coating on this to make it easy release, but we're still going to oil a little bit in here. So let's go ahead and, well, let me do that last. But anyways, you can still get the older version of this, I believe, but this one's coming out March 1st. If you want to get in on a pre-order for that, you can let me know. We can do that. But the way that we're going to make it is we're starting out with 3 bananas. They're supposed to be pretty ripe. So like if they're getting to be a little old, it's the perfect time to use it. I didn't have any, so I just used regular bananas. So we're going to do a pouch of this in here. It smells so good. I've seen so many people have made this already and they look so good. I actually stole this idea from another consultant. We're going to do half a cup of oil and half a cup of water. By the way, if you're joining us, I am doing a giveaway. I'm giving away one of our seasoning packets. This one's the crushed peppercorn garlic. So make sure you stay tuned on how to get in on that. But yeah, so I'm going to crack in 2 eggs here. So it's quite a lot of batter. But you can do this. I know it says to do this in a loaf pan on the back, but you have so many options with any of our bread recipes. They always work so well in our brownie pan, in our muffin pan, in our mini loaf pan, in our mini muffin tin. Like you can really use any of those pans to get different shapes and sizes for whatever you need them for. I also saw that someone used peanut butter with this, and I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds so good, like chocolate peanut butter banana. You could mix in peanut butter cups into here if you wanted, like, or peanut butter chips. Peanut butter cups would be good too. So these mixes are just a fun way to do something simple and easy, but still feels special. So we're mixing this up. By the way, in our batter bowl, if you don't have one of these, girl, they're so good. I love these. By the way, this makes me think of, isn't there like a Ben & Jerry's flavor of ice cream that people are like crazy about? Is it like Chunky Monkey or something like that? Is that what it's called? That reminds me of this. Okay, so we've got this nice and whipped up. So we're gonna prep our pan. Even though this has like a non-stick coating on it, I still think it's a good idea to oil whenever you want possible. And what I like to do is I just like put some oil in one of the wells and then take our silicone basting brush. This basting brush, I got this whenever I started 10 years ago, and it still looks exactly the same, as opposed to those like gross ones that you get at the store, and they look okay for a while, and then you baste your barbecue chicken with it, and then you go to butter your pie crust with it, and you're like, no, it looks gross. These are dishwasher safe, and the big difference between ours and like other silicone ones on the market is going to be that nothing gets into this. Like sometimes those ones, the head pops off and then there's like mold in them, and it's so gross. This one, you're not going to have that problem with this. It will be the last basting brush you need. It doesn't melt either. It has a really high threshold for temperature, so you can totally use this in a skillet or something like that. It's not going to melt all over the place. So really, really useful. It's one of those things that you never think about. So just slap one on your order. Don't worry about what you would use it for, and I promise you, situations will arise where you're like, I'm so glad I have that. Okay, so I'm done with this. And we're gonna take our scoop. So many uses for our scoops, from dipping batter. I love these for dipping pancakes into a skillet. Also great for making meatballs or even burgers, just to make sure you're getting like really good portion control. I also, of course, love these for cookies. And I saw someone said that they use these to scoop out melon, which I think is really smart. So I thought that was really brilliant. So again, like a lot of different things that you can do with this. So we're gonna fill these in. Make sure you say hi, and I would love to know where you're tuning in from. We have people from all over the country in this page. So, and we actually have some people who live in other countries, which is super fun. So please comment where you are tuning in from. I'm gonna have some leftover batter here, I think. Maybe not. I can fill these to the brim. The picture I saw, I used a lot of banana, but the picture I saw where the consultant used this, she had it pretty full. So I'm gonna fill it up, and maybe they'll puff up, and that's okay. But this smells so good. I wish you could smell this, because it just smells really fun. I was never a huge like banana bread person growing up, but and I never really make it a lot, but my kids love it. So they'll be really excited. I am going to clean up the side of this a little bit. Get these bits of batter off, because even with the help of a cookie scoop, I'm still a little bit messy, but that's okay. Okay. So I'm just going to pop this into the oven for 20 minutes, and they should be pretty well done. On. Okay, so if you want in on the giveaway, if you've been tuning in, make sure you type in the comments giveaway. If you type that in the comment, I will enter you into the giveaway. And also, if you place an order today on the link that I have posted in the captions, you get five entries. So one for just commenting giveaway. You don't have to order to get in on it, but if you order, you get 5. Okay, so we're gonna make the taco ring. So the first thing I want to do is I want to prepare the filling. So I've already ground up some beef and cooked it. And if you are doing ground anything, ground chicken, turkey, whatever, you need a mix and chop. This is one of our top sellers. It makes breaking up the beef so easy. I also love to use this for crushing up tomatoes and soups, and I also really like this for shredding my meat in a crock pot, like chicken and things like that. You just put it right in the crock pot and spin it, and it will shred your meat beautifully. So there's so many great uses for this. Many have tried to replicate us. No one has been able to do it, so just grab one of ours. They're the best. So we're going to put in some taco seasoning. We have really great taco seasonings. The everything taco seasoning is awesome. I just happen to really like this seasoning. So the other one's really good. I just like this one. It's just my preference. I think it's sweeter for some reason, and it has like a tomatoey kind of flavor, so I really like it. But our everything taco one is also excellent. So I'm just gonna put in a tad bit of water, and that's just gonna help everything mix together. So we're gonna just mix in the seasoning here. So you're not gonna follow the taco meat recipe that you see on the back of your packages. You're just gonna put it right in here. We don't want it to be too wet, because if it's too wet, the crescent rolls they're gonna get soggy at the bottom, so we want it to be really crisp. Ooh, we got some giveaway people in here. So you're gonna see me assemble this ring. What I love about this recipe is you can do so much with it. You can do a breakfast ring. You could do a lunch ring. You could do a dinner ring. You could do an appetizer ring. You could do a dessert ring, and I'll kind of show you some of those options as we build it. Like once you start seeing how it comes together, I'll show you how that looks. So we're going to, I just need to leave these scissors on here because I think I've reached for them 5 times already. Maybe not 5. But we're gonna grate some cheese right into the pan. Okay. Our cheese graters are thebomb.com. What I like about them is they store flat, and you can swivel them out straight, or you can even do them at an angle if you want to do it on a cutting board. Since we're doing it right into the pan, I'm going to use it just like that. And they are so sharp. It takes no time at all to grate a bunch of cheese. And these are so much easier to clean because you can just throw them in the dishwasher. You don't have to worry about banging out dried out dehydrated cheese after the dishwasher cycle. And it doesn't take up as much space. So, and actually I was just talking to a friend yesterday. He was like, someone said there was wood chips and cheese. Like, there absolutely is. It's in cellulose, which if you buy shredded cheese, they actually use wood to keep it from caking. So that doesn't bother me a whole lot, but some people get really icked by that. So when you have the opportunity to grate your own cheese, I always recommend it. I feel like I added a little bit too much cheese, which is saying something because I love cheese. So I am gonna pull back a little bit on the cheese that I just put in here, because I think I went a little ham, but that's okay. So we're just, yeah, I went a lot of bit ham with this. It's all good though, because it's gonna taste divine. So we're just mixing this all together. And if this were hot, like if you were bringing this off the stove, this cheese would incorporate so much better. Not a big deal that we didn't do that. So like if you're worried about being prepped on time, you want to cook your beef in the morning before you go to work, and that way it's done for when you want to throw in the oven, you can totally do that. Okay. The star of the show today is our pizza stone. I love this piece so much. We do have one that doesn't have the glaze. That's a little bit of a less expensive option. But I love the one with the glaze handles. It's just so beautiful, and stoneware cooks beautifully. Every time you use stoneware, you're going to be impressed with the way that your food turns out. You get a really nice crispy finish on the edges of your food. It browns really nicely, it cooks really evenly, and the moisture stays in your food because clay repels moisture. So that's really helpful. I'm going to use some cheese as a guide because I never get this right. And the instructions said 5 inches of an opening. So I am using my bench scraper here to measure out 5 inches. See, I didn't even do that right. Somehow I still messed that up. So that I can get this perfect. And we're using crescent rolls. I don't know why I keep using these on my lives. Well, I use them all the time. I always have these handy. But it also, like, you think that it's intimidating doing this when you're by yourself in the kitchen? Try doing it in front of a bunch of people. Although this is a little bit room temperature. So maybe, oh my gosh, guys. Woo, there we go. So we're going to use 2 rolls of this, and we're basically, oh no, my God. Oh We're basically going to create like a star with this, and we're going to wrap it around, and you'll see exactly what I mean, but this is so much fun. And you can also do a braid with this. So if you have our like bar pan, you can totally use that instead. And in fact, I do that quite a lot. And my mom growing up used to just put this in a rectangle and just throw it on top. She didn't even worry about like making a braid or anything. And it always turned out really good. So that works too. So I'm going to kind of go back and forth, and I always lose track of where I am when I'm doing this, and it always turns out great. So don't stress yourself out too much about this process, because it's going to taste delicious no matter how it looks when you're finished. But so basically I'm kind of going around, and then I'm just going to fill in the gaps until I've used all 8 triangles. And like I said, we're going to use 2, and I'm going to use a roller here to kind of smooth everything out when we're done. Man, these crescent rolls are such a dinner hack. You can do so much with them. So they're always good to have on hand. They do expire though, so just make sure that you use them up because they won't cook as well. But there's lots that you can do with them. So as long as you're paying attention, you should be fine. Okay, here we go again. I'm like covered in dough. I like set these out because I kind of like working with them better when they're room temperature, but they're like really messy. Okay. So, oh, thanks Diana. Diana, this is the shirt I bought when you were in. So Diana works at Reclamation, which is my favorite place to buy clothes. It's downtown here in Bedford. If you haven't gone there, you have to go in there. It's just so cool because you can consign your clothes there, and then you can buy secondhand clothing. And so I got this for free because I like brought in clothes to sell, and then Diana picked this out for me, and I wear it all the time now, which I was like even second guessing whether or not I was going to buy it. But then I found out I had cash there, and I was like, I'm getting it. And I did. Okay. So we're going to go back through and just fill in the spaces. I showed Oliver, my middle son, what this looks like when it's all finished. Like I showed him a picture of the end result, and he goes, "That looks so good, Mom." It's nice to get like the confidence boost from your kiddos. So yes. Oh, thanks, Diana. Okay, so we're getting close to filling this all in. This is probably the hardest part of the recipe. So like I said, you can totally fill this with so many options. For breakfast, you could do like a coffee cake style thing and do like berries and cream cheese in here. Sorry, my fingers are like so greasy. Blech. You could do eggs with like ham and bacon and cheese and veggies and make like an omelet, kind of like a breakfast ring. That is really good. I really like to serve that for like when I have company or people coming over. It's always really impressive. So you could do a sweet or savory option, and if you do like a sweet option for breakfast, you can always sprinkle it with like butter with brown sugar, like cinnamon brown sugar. That would be really good. Another thing that you can do with this is you can do like a lunch. So you could do like deli ham and cheese. You could do like a chicken club. With this, it's really easy to do something like that. For dinner, of course, you can do this taco ring. I've done like a chicken and broccoli braid before, and that always turns out really good. So there's so many options that you can do with this. And for dessert, you can get your favorite pie filling and just put it in here just like I'm doing with this. And you can fold it up and just bake it the way that I'm going to bake it. And it turns out so good. You can even use canned pie filling, which we've done a lot, and it's always a big hit. So it's always a little bit like, I can't believe I'm going to be able to fit all this on here, but it always works out. So yeah, this is great for feeding a crowd too. This would be perfect for Sunday for the Super Bowl. And so you can use whatever stone you have. So if you have a bar pan, just do a braid. And I actually did a braid on a cooking show live a couple months ago. I don't remember when I did that. So it turned out really good. Okay, so we've got our, I was gonna try to tilt it, but I don't think so. Okay, so then we're just gonna bring these outside pieces in and just start connecting them into the center. And it makes our ring. And what's so cute too, like if you want to be a little bit extra special with this, in the center you can take a bowl and put like guac in there, or salsa, or sour cream, or pico de gallo, or queso, or whatever you want to add in here to make it extra delicious. That would be really good. And we do have a stoneware chip and dip set. I love that piece. It's really great. So if you want something a little bit more special occasion, that would be really good too. So this all got folded under. So there we have it. So this is gonna go into a 375 degree oven. And I'm going to put some cheese over the top of this as if it needed any more cheese. You can always add more cheese. And just until it's nice and baked. Always err on the side of baking it too much, because the bottom part cooks because of all the meat sitting on top of it. You want to cook it a little bit more than you think before you pull it out. And there you have it. It's going to be so good. Like I said, please comment giveaway if you want to get in on the free seasoning. I have the crushed peppercorn and garlic. This is so good on steak. You can also mix this with mayo to put on your burgers. And it's also really good to make compound butter. So if you like soften some butter, mix this in, stick it in the fridge and chill it. You can use that on bread, on paninis. You can use that on, of course, a steak. You can like put that over top at the end. It's really good. So make sure you get in on that by commenting giveaway, and someone's gonna win that. If you place an order today, it's in the link in the caption. You will get 5 entries into it, and that includes if you are here from a party. You can totally do that too. If you place an order on the party and just let me know that you saw this, or you put giveaway down below and you're one of my party guests, I'll know that that was you, and so that'll count also. Don't forget, our bread mixes are buy 3 get 1 free. This one comes out March 1st, so this one's not available yet, but we're testing it out today. So make sure to take advantage of that if you love our beer bread. Our beer bread's really popular. The focaccia bread, oh my gosh, we have a rosemary focaccia bread. It's awesome. We have a caramel latte bread. We have a brownie mix that's really good. So there's so many options to choose from. So make sure you collect all the ones that you want while they're on sale. If you have any questions about what you saw today, please feel free to let me know. I will post the results of how everything turned out here in a little bit. So stay tuned for that. And feel free to share this too, or add people into the group to share this. If you know someone who's looking for some cooking inspiration, I'd love to welcome them to our group. I hope you guys have a fabulous Thursday, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.